Granit was the Death Star's gunner that held the full power of the super weapon in his hands. However, this great burden was harder to hold than he could ever imagine. But who is Granit, and how did this man affect the Star Wars universe?
Commence primary ignition.
Now, it's important to consider that this is now Legends material, but after reading about this character, I really wanted to go into him because it really shows a more humane side to the countless Imperials that we see in the films and media. Granit was a 30-year serving veteran of the Imperial and before Republic Navy. He had served in the Clone Wars and later the Empire as a gunner. Being such a long-serving member of the forces, he was amongst the highest rank of his profession, and for this reason was quickly swooped up to lead the firing team that controlled the superweapon. Initially, he was thrilled to be at the back of one of the biggest guns in the galaxy. However, he had his doubts that anyone should have that sort of power that the Empire claimed it had. He rationalised this by telling himself he was loyal to the Empire. They would only be used on rebels and uninhabited moons and pirates and the like. Granit worked on his team to master the firing mechanism, making it as quick and efficient as possible. He first used the weapon on an abandoned rebel capital ship, and even on 4% it totally obliterated the vessel. But Granit was not impressed. He found the cannon tiresome and sought new experiences. In Legends, the Death Star was finalised on the World of Despair, a world fitting because the population was made up of countless slaves of the Empire, many of which were innocent Wookiees that were taken from their homeworld. Once completed, the Empire knew it could have no witnesses, ordering the weapon to fire on the world and cleanse it took 3 shots to destroy over 7 grueling hours. The first vaporized every being on the world, the second caused mass tectonic movements and natural disasters, and the third annihilated it. This shook Granit to his core. He rationalised it by telling him that they were all prisoners and what he did was a necessary evil for the greater good. However, the same could not be said for Alderaan. Following Alderaan's destruction, Granit became overcome with guilt. He was now the galaxy's biggest mass murderer. His paranoia took control. He was certain that the rebellion was somehow going to win the war, that he would stand trial and be executed in front of the entire galaxy, that this would be his legacy. Not only this, but as word around the Death Star started to spread that it was he who did the firing, staff started to treat him differently and avoid him. As he regretted his actions, he contemplated leaving his position, refusing to carry out orders, but he knew that it would be in vain. If he wouldn't do the Imperials' bidding, then they would find someone who would. He also feared what he would lose. Refusing to carry out orders was a death sentence, especially on top secret projects such as the Death Star. He had built his life and entire career in this military, and he was scared of throwing it all away. But he couldn't face using the weapon again. For this reason, when the time came at the Battle of Yavin, Granit froze, ordering his crew to stand by. These few moments of hesitation were enough to give Skywalker the chance to destroy the Death Star, Granit and the rest of the Imperials within it. Ultimately, this is a failing that the Empire should have accounted for, believing that all of their people were capable of such a despicable act without taking its toll. But what do you think of Granit, and how could the Empire have avoided this? Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If so, please remember to like, subscribe and share, as it really helps the channel grow and is really appreciated. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter @TheLoreGuy for regular updates. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.